Mordekaiser is also nigh unkillable under turret. You put him in the top lane, once he has 6, you just cannot roam to kill him easily. We saw this actually played in the Kespa Cup.
And making sure that he knows exactly what's going on in the red buff side of the DRX jungle. And now we'll see whether the gold card is going to ring true, because Vista wants it. In fact, you don't even really need to start it with a gold card. There is so much CC, and they wrap around the Cassio, so she can only hit one person.
Unfortunately, Pioshik has just been a no-impact jungler in this game.
But he's just been spotted the entire time. Yeah. That ward that is yet to be named has managed to spot out exactly where Pioshik is, and Dudu's just going to wait out the Death Realm as best he can. Kingen, I believe, missed that Obliterate, as now the Destiny's going to come in, and Kingen's going to come out of his Death Realm and into the Death Chamber, unfortunately, and then Pioshik's going to follow suit. That was not exactly what they were.
Around where he was, so they knew there was a chance that he was coming up and would have made it.
Without Master.
the two biggest things it's like Dudu is just gonna go in here. He's Death Realmed, but who cares?
Well, now Sulker actually trying to offer some damage back, has already ulted, as now Dudu gets back in. They managed to lock down that kill, but in the meantime, Vista is going to die. So that's going to be the first kill.
You know, going back to what I was going to lead into before we, had a Death of Jet.
Mountain Drake to augment their cloud that they already have. I'm predicting that we're going to have Earth, Wind, and Fire this game, is also predicting Beckett.
Just, had to check on that. Of course, we were going to see another aggressive Destiny in here. On to Kingen. And there's no turret here. There's just no way out.
I've seen this movie before, Wolf. I've seen it
sad
before.
Ending.
It's not good for Mordekaiser. I don't know. I don't think so. He was probably absolutely fine, as Dudu is underneath an inner turret at exactly 20 minutes. Sulker's going to be able to take...
Might have at least offered some good CC and some late game skilling, but they don't even have that.
Oh, Bow! Very, very falling down as in goes Dudu. He's going to take him out. The Hextech ultimatum comes in. Becca, yep, just going to be mincemeat as Kingen. He's got a Death Realm, but I don't think he wants to be in one with anyone, as Deft is going to be able to take him down. We lost, and I don't even think there is any option for them, like, oftentimes you're talking about they should have made this macro play.
Yes, the Camille. We've seen it before, like I mentioned. It is a strong option, and it's definitely one of the ones I was looking for.
2016 there for Deft, ahead of his opponent. What a year. That was his last year on EDG, I believe. Is Becca going to just have himself a present, but it's not the one he wants? His will going to be well and truly broken as Dudu teleports in. The kickback, though, onto Vista is pretty good, but whether it's going to be actually enough is going to be a huge question here, as Def trying to kite out Kingen. He may actually fall here, though. Flashes to the very edge, but the Obliterate is going to be good. Meanwhile, the rest of Harmful Life tidying up the back end, but that was probably about as good as of a team fight as DRX were going to get.
Arthur wants this, though. He's going to try to get in here and get a wall right. He does go ahead and pop that Zonia's, and Dudu comes over for the kill steal. In
Kesper Cup, we saw that they can trade spots pretty effectively, but Dudu, yeah. And Def probably not too worried about that one either, because if Kingen's there trying to kill him, then the rest of his team's probably dying. Is Dudu just going to take down Sulker as best he can here, as the Hextech ultimatum is going to be enough, as Bao dives on forward, but Dudu is way too fed. As the Death Realm comes through, Chovy going to spend some time in there. Goes Golden, he'll be fine. The cow is dead, as the Q is going to connect, but unfortunately, when you try to go back to Atalia, she throws rocks at you. And Pioshik presents how DRX have been in this game. It's from the very beginning not looked like they'd had very much chance.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, again, I feel like the time that we saw the aggressive Death Realm was...
And now we're at like 14,000 gold in the lead for Harmful Life. Here's an aggressive trade, though. The move forward as Arthur is going to go golden. The seismic shove, stunning. As Deft is going to grab himself a double kill. Make that one a triple, potentially, but no. Has to use his stopwatch and is now in a very rough position. Will be taken down there from Bao, and maybe DRX have got a bit of life left, and the answer's no, actually, because Dudu comes forward.
Screenshot that one frame with the double stun there. It might have looked like, wow, what a competitive game we might be watching here, but we're not living that reality as Vista.
Vista tries to kill him with an exhaust. I love it. But of course, he didn't need that cooldown because he's not going to be able to make it to the Nexus in time, as Dudu is going to be the one that finishes it off. And a well-deserved 50 gold for him as well. Welcome to the LCK for 2021.
But to actually be a sniper in the side of some of these Baron, Dragon, Rift Herald fights, and to lane, making himself very attractive to be dove upon, and trying anyways, you know.
Well, now it's going to be DRX's turn as Vista's going to get caught out. Does have himself his Haymaker, but I don't think it's going to be enough. As Becca's taking a lot of damage, the hook goes wide, but it's going to be first blood over to Piotrek. A much better start. Isn't going to find it onto Chovy.
A lot of pings here. Question mark pings. Is missing some sort of direction as to where he should be roaming or where he should be denying vision. Sure, he had that really long... I'll hold that thought. Wow.
Whoa, that's a big flash from Vista. Becca's just going to be dead as Piotrek has to quick draw himself out of there. But you can see DRX, they want the fight. Kingen comes in, barrel is down, but Dudu's going to land some chains as well. They're broken pretty quickly as Chovy now looking for Solka up towards the top side of this fight. It's broken off as DRX are trying to regroup. Arthur misses the undertow.
I like to see this kind of aggression.
Yeah, flash hook is going to come out. Vista does keep himself alive and face breaks nicely, but it's not going to matter. He does no damage whatsoever, and he will be taken down. So Vista, some oopsies so far in this game, and I'm feeling like they've got their jungler there and might be a bit more aggressive. This could be dangerous.
Question mark ping the river, so they weren't sure. They're playing it very slowly as a result. Now they should know.
Ooh, not quite. Arthur's going to come in with the undertow, and they get the bad news. Facebreaker comes down as Vista might be once again in trouble, but he does avoid the end of the line damage. Def just standing up and taking it and dishing it back towards Piotrek as well, but no one is going to be taken down just yet. Just an Ignite invested on Vista's side. Exhaust still.
Yeah, they use the box as well.
Def. All right, Killer Instinct, he's looking to jump onto Piotrek here and does so successfully. The Moonlight Vigil not going to do too much as Vista once again is dead. And you can see Arthur just running forward. The reckless swing is most definitely that, as now Def just trying to rain hell down. But this was not the trade that they wanted. It looked so strange. Bubble not going to connect there onto Def, who flashes out of the way. And the paddle star Drake. We'll see what Soul's going to happen this time. My prediction, an Infernal, which will...
You're just a little bit off tonight, unfortunately.
We've got a bit of a heart monitor of a graph here.
It's very much back and forth. The gold lead.
That's where the pings are. You can see red pings towards the dragon. And Dudu with teleport at the ready is going to try and help things out. Def taking half of his health bar is actually very relevant, given the fact that the dragon has just spawned. Now Solka looking to try and jump on top of Deft, and it's going to be Vista that has to flash now. Hook comes down, and they have to wave goodbye to the set, but I think that was mostly a mistake on Deft's part, as Solka dives on forward, looking for the Kai'Sa, and now this Mountain Drake should be in the hands.
Yeah, they got the scuttle. That's only just going to be vision that they're going to lose this Drake. They also, with that pick, are able to force the Rift Herald to crash into the mid turret, which is going to open up my favorite fact about Zoe that you pointed out yesterday. And this is just the entirety of the map being opened up for DRX. It looked like they were just going to start to fall apart in this game. They weren't controlling vision well enough. They weren't able to set up for big team fights outside of those picks that we had in the early games. Right now, the Aphelios got his Kraken Slayer online, and he's ready to fight.
Ooh. Yeah, Gravitum actually going to do a bunch of work here as Chovy not going to survive. Exhaust down, as well as you can see that Arthur, is trying to run away. Not able to do so. And this is a great play out of DRX. They're going to move now over towards the top side of the river. Baron might be on their mind as it spawned a minute ago, and it looks like they're going to start off looking for the big
There's
snowball.
Enough vision here to where Unalive absolutely knows this is happening, but with Arthur dead and no smite, and there's just the death timers are so long here for the timing of how this works out before the take. There's just nothing they can do to deny, and in fact, DRX is one step ahead. They're like, okay, we're going to try to push mid. DRX is ready to take another fight where they have a numbers advantage.
Yep, Baron's going to go down in the meantime as Def Killer Instinct to try and get out of there. And he's just going to have to run for the hills. Dudu trying to fight this one out as Solka picks up a flash, uses it to get away. Dudu doing his very best to try and 1v5, but he only takes one of them, and the Baron is going to remain on full his best as well to get what he can. Arthur going to soak a huge paddle star as DRX are going to easily take down this inner turret. Deft, yeah, you're not going to be able to grab that without any minions as Dudu and Kingen are trying to fight this one out. Gore Drinker Gonna help keep Dudu alive for a little bit, but there is a Bramble Vest, and now World Ender comes forward, and DRX, the cavalry comes through, and Dudu is just dead.
I think we're going to a game 3, Atlas. Starts to feel like it. Def finally gets that.
It's certainly
gets that minion
like
wave, and there are pings coming down from DRX about the potential inhibitor that he might steal away. But if DRX can just send one back to defend and grab 2, that would be their aim. Is actually no one is going back, and there's not actually. I don't know if this is the right decision for DRX, because they don't have the minion waves to actually get.
Well, that's what they're going to try and do. Heading up here, grabbing this inner turret on the bottom side. Dudu, he's the one that's going to be split pushing this time around, as the mid wave is going to get ushered in as well, as the solo lanes from DRX are here. Now just going to move on over and try and take this top lane turret down as Vista flashes in once again. Gets himself the Haymaker shield, and I'm used to saying this. Vista is going to go down. Moonlight Vigil not going to connect, as Arthur's just going to get collaterally damaged to death, and the inhibitor will also fall
They
down.
may just push for the game here. They've got a wave, and they have a Felios. They can at least push down these turrets, no question. I mean, I don't see any way that this gets defended by Honda Life Esports. They need a miracle here. I mean, what do you shockwave for?
There's no Baron, so these minions are killable. We'll see whether Chovy's going to be able to get the work done. Deft is going to start off this fight, but immediately he's exhausted. Bao walks back into a turret shot, but he's going to survive. And now the Nexus turret will get taken down low. Chovy with the shockwave gets the help of the fountain, but it just doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Vista once again just running on in there to die once more as Dudu, they need to stop them from killing this Nexus, but it's just going to go 28 minutes into the game, and DRX clap back against Harmwell Life.
Very impressive game from DRX. We're going to a game 3. I think it comes in the extreme, supreme late game that, based on these two compositions, I think we are going to head. Orion is a pretty safe mage for the mid lane.
Very careful, has to flash actually to get to safety, and Kingen holds on to his. So maybe a little bit of an overstep there from Chovy's Galio, as that face breaker is beautiful, but once again, the Pantheon's coming down. Def trying to stay alive, but he's not going to be able to. Stun comes in, they trade 1 for 1, but that is not what Harmwell Life wanted.
The first blood, able to get that first blood away. So, fairly slightly better trade.
Ooh.
And there you
passive?
Go.
Easy. Yeah, that's as bottom lane, I mean, at least that is going okay here for Hanwha. You can see Deft is very even on gold against Bao. And in the jungle, Pantheon is doing an okay job as well with his serrated dirt already completed. Facebreaker onto Vista here towards the bottom side. Level 4 for Becca, unfortunately. A lot of value there from Deft, but unfortunately for Vista, is just going to get smacked down. Gangplank ulti comes in as Arthur is going to turn up. And this is just
done in this game.
It's almost like it was a trap. It's like DRX had planned for it, and I really like that. You know, that's sometimes it comes across as a bit of a trap in the draft, where it's like, wow, Harmwell Life managed to get this really coveted pick by, you know, being able to draw out these bans. But in this case, it's looking like it was a bit of a problem as the taunt comes in, and Chovy is just going to be dead. Flashes, and I don't think he needed to. And Vista just watches on. Nothing that they could do. Not enough damage, no nothing. No Grand Skyfall or anything like that, as it's just Deft being able to pick up some turret plates as their only icing on this pretty ugly cake.
I mean, that is the saving grace for Honda Life at the moment. See how long it lasts, because he is 20 CS up. He's going to get a ton of plates gold. And also, they don't have vision of this. Dive in here.
Well, there's the flash headbutt Polv. And Vista's not going to be able to find Pyoshik, and now they're the ones trapped in the pit. Kingen's going to come up over the top, doesn't have Cannon Barrage, as Vista's just dead. He's in the back of the pit now, nothing he can really do. Heroic Entrance going to try and save him, and actually Hanwha are going to turn it around. There's the showstopper over the wall. Vista will be taken down, but Deft says no. Solka's going to go down, and now Hanwha Life looking much better.
This is actually a really nice fight.
As, okay, we've got a big gank coming in, but both of the supports are going to be here. There's the headbutt. Bit of a trade of positions as Grand Skyfall comes down. Becker is going to be going, but Vista, very close to death as well, will survive this time around.
Yeah, that's...
And then you're like, well, I'm just not going to do anything. Which is, I guess, how a lot of people have experienced solo queue. But Vista, he's like, nah, man, I'm going in. You guys can follow if you want.
If the showstopper goes off, he is dead meat, but not going to happen.
Yeah, well, there's the flash pole, as we're going to get the trample stun as well. Solka, well and truly dead. And that's going to be Arthur picking up another kill for himself. Kingen lying in wait, but will be able to bodyguard this dragon very effectively, and DRX have said, well, we're just going to take your mid turret if that's what you want to do. And the dragon will be taken down, turret as well. Now, will the team fight actually be successful as Morgan, Narvar in a great position, Deft dashing after King, and he has to flash to get out, but Becca not going to be so lucky. Solka with the 2-man shockwave. That's definitely good, and now Vista looking to try and deliver him. Headbutt pole comes on in, heroic entrance gets a really beautiful knock-up, and look, I'm going to say it, Vista's redeemed himself completely. That was
really nice, really nicely played there, and they were setting up for this fight for so long that never happened because, simply put, yeah.
This is aggressive, to say the least. As Vista's over the wall, they know that he's over the wall. As Chovy goes in, 3-man taunts, beautiful. There's the cannon barrage finally, but Kingan's gonna go down. Deft grabs that kill, and it was all a bait. Why? What? No, don't face check. That was a bit of a silly move, as now Pyoshik gonna go in. He's gonna take down the Gnar. Arthur tries to kite it out, as Chovy will get on top of the kitty cat, and Vista will take away the kill. It is still a man advantage. Too much more is gonna happen.
Chovy side laning, they're trying to play this 1-3-1 right now because of the fact that Chovy can obviously engage semi-global from far away, and he does just that.
Speaking of which, yeah, 2-man shockwave does come in, facebreaker down as well, as Becca looking to get in position, decides to go for the Constellation Cow, as Morgan able to get in there, get on top of everything, and he has the Narvar in perfect position. King into the face, but just is able to clear out the vision. More wards going over the wall as Morgan, thankfully, is mini-Gnar, and so he's able to avoid that particular spear. And this blue buff is not exactly the one that Kingan wanted.
No.
As Harmalife are going to come over, see whether they can punish him. Now he has to get out, not going to be able to actually grab that buff. No, just another reset. What is going on?
Morgan, meanwhile.
15 seconds on the Mountain Drake.
Yeah, very scary place for Morgan to be, but there's no follow-up, there's no CC. Actually, the rest of DRX is just relegating themselves to mid-push. And as you say, the Drake is coming online here. And it looks like DRX are, again, just going to say, I can't fight this Hanwha Life Esports in an objective pit. I'm just going to try to 5-man this, hard shove mid, and maybe even get an inhibitor turret during that Drake. I actually really like this choice. This is, again, bold decision-making by DRX in the late game. They do not hesitate.
Yep, I like it. They might be able to actually take down this inhibitor turret as well. As Morgan's going to come on over, he has Mega Gnar, but not a lot of Narvar as the Drake does go down, but so do 2 turrets in the mid lane.
I'm sure they don't let Chovy flank, I think is the name of the game here. They're playing so passively around that.
All right, Vista goes for the flash once again, gets the flash out from Bao, which is good news, but the Grand Skyfall onto Solka, he goes golden as well. It's like a Messiah play, but on a Pantheon. Flashes out now as well, as now Kingan in trouble once again as the Gangplank with the flank, and it's not what they want. Pyoshik also going to die as Becca is going to be the one to spare the blushes of his top laner. And Kingan, he laned so well, but what is he doing in these positions?
Yeah, he's just...
Oh, it's a disaster.
He's just always putting himself in dangerous spots, and they lost Pyoshik as well on the side. Chovy ends up getting the solo kill there on the edge as he tried to buy some time.
Vista, okay, they're going to dive onto King in here. Vista goes into his stopwatch. Beautifully done. The Pantheon's going to fall down, but Deft, he's managed to find himself some resets, and that is going to be the double kill. Chovy goes golden. Solka's going to kill him. And Hanwha Life now find themselves with only...
anything else. They didn't even get Drake priority at the beginning of this fight that's starting up now, but they were able to wrestle it away.
Oh, Chovy. Once again, looking for flanks as Kingan not going to be able to find that barrel that could have been actually very pivotal in this situation. Now it's going to be a 50-50 as we've got Pyoshik in position. Can he save the soul is the question. He may not be able to as Becca goes for the hero play, but he's not able to get it done. Now Mountain Soul comes in, and Samira's looking to clean up all the kills. Kingan, once again, he's just not in a great position. As Bao, he's going to get hunted by Morgan, thrown into the wall. Deft grabs his 3rd kill of the team fight. Bao's just holding on to position, and that will be the ace. As
they do take the turret, or excuse me, the Baron, but the turrets prevent them from ending the game immediately. At this stage of the game, because we're breaking into where that team fight's going to be. All this thought.
Well, that's a lot of teleports, Wolf, as Kingan, he's getting taken down to about half health. Morgan really feeling himself at this stage as the globals have all been expended as there is a Gnar into the wall. Becca's going to be missed by the wallop, though, and Kingan avoided it completely. And now Morgan's looking a little bit silly at this stage of the fight. Likely to be taken down, but no. Goes into his stopwatch. Becca does the same. but he's the one that's going to be dying as Death diving in and will be able to pick up a double kill off the back of Morgan, throwing himself at the enemy.
Well, that's the game for sure. You know, it looked like it was going to be the game almost, you know, 85%, 90%, and then DRX get caught outside of their base. You know, it's tough to defend against a Baron. You got to try to make a play, you got to try to make a pick, but now it is just simply all she wrote here. Big win here for Hanwha Life Esports, a very competitive back and forth series, but DRX aren't able to clutch it out in the end.
Yeah, not quite able to do it. Nexus will go down. Congratulations to Hanwha Life Esports for picking up their first victory here in the LCK.